Okay, cool. So, okay, I'm trying to go live over here on Instagram, which of course is being, oh, there we go. All right. That was really weird. I tried to go live initially, and my streaming thing told me that they were really busy and to try again. We have a lot of people who are trying to get more resources. Try back in 30 to 60 seconds. It was pretty funny. Totally works for the kind of week that we're having over here. So, today we are going to be going over the new issue of Crochet Foundry and talking about a few other things. We're going to give people a little bit of time to join. You like my talk? This is in the July edition of Crochet Foundry. See, and since we are size inclusive, it just so happens that the sample for this pattern actually fits me. And I mean, how often is there a sample for a pattern that fits somebody my size when it's not only made for plus sizes, right? So I love that. That is one of the things I loved about Crochet Foundry before I bought it, and one of the things that I was determined to keep when I bought it is the size inclusiveness and everything like that. So anyway, we are just holding on a minute to let people arrive. Good morning, Monica. Um, yeah, so I also, we've been having some technical difficulties with the membership thing that was supposed to be so awesome, and I'm sure it will be awesome. It's all just this one little support team at Shopify that has totally thrown a wrench in the works. We'll wait a little while to go into that. Thank you, Gabby. It is in the July edition of Crochet Foundry. And why don't we, let's see, we've got a few, I want to give it until, it's 12:03. We'll go ahead and start going through the magazine. People know the first Wednesday after the first Friday, we go through the magazine. So they want to be here on time, right? All right, so let me switch over to this screen. Yay! All right, so here we have Crochet Foundry Summer Resort Edition. And there we go. Just need to get my mouse to the correct screen. All right, so let's see. Haha, good. All right. And we have our little front page with look an illustration. Yay! Because we have an illustrator. Um, so that is super exciting. And the content page, the welcome page, and of course pictures of our lovely designers. And then behind the collection, for this month's behind the collection, I just kind of shared, there were so many awesome like sketches and swatches that were sent in with the submissions that I thought it would be super fun to just show you all of them. It's like some months the sketches, we have more sketches, some months we have less sketches. This one there were just so many really awesome sketches. And let me see over here, there's a few of you saying things that we should call out here. Oh, we already did that one. Good afternoon, Karen. And yes, I'm guessing, Gabby, you were talking about the beautiful cover image that was actually, whenever Smitha Krasta does designs for us, she always provides amazing photos. I mean, she sends us a sample and we take photos as well, but she also always provides amazing photos. And so that was one of her photos that is on the cover. And I moved my mouse, so now it doesn't want to change. Let's see. There we go. Little thing for me. So, you know, every month we choose like we look at the month and see what are the various things that happen this month. Is it, you know, Black History Month, this month, that month, whatever. And then I put in like 2 half-page ads for something that falls under that for free, obviously. it's one of the things that I like to do as far as like, giving back, charity, that sort of stuff. So the signing of the ADA, American Disabilities Act, happened in July. So the two places that I kind of called out were the National Down Syndrome Society, because I have a cousin with Down syndrome. I don't know a lot of other people with Down syndrome, and I have, a very dear friend who had a son with Down syndrome, and he did pass away young, which is unfortunately a decently common thing to happen. I think he was just in his 30s. My cousin is, he's like 5 or 10 years older than me and still going strong. Um, so there's that, and then I also put in here, there's also a little ad for the Ellis Daniels Society, which I have a very good friend who has really taught me a lot about being a better person, who has EDS. So I just thought that was a really good one to put in here. Not only she taught me a lot about being a better person, but she's very into educating through on Facebook. She puts out a lot of posts about, the proper way to interact with somebody who has a mobility support. Remember, grabbing somebody's wheelchair or scooter or whatever to move them is just like grabbing a person by their shoulders and moving them. It's an extension of that sort of stuff. So I just thought that was a good one to call out too. So that's my little, what we're where we're helping out this month. And then we have an awesome interview with London K. Super exciting. Did y'all know that like any day now she's having a baby? I did not know that until the last time I had seen her in person was I believe at Vogue Knitting Live, which would have been January. So she would have only been probably like 2 months pregnant or something at the time. So of course you're not going to tell, and she's probably not even telling people yet. Hello, Moni. um, so yeah, so when I was talking to her then a couple months ago about when we wanted to do her interview, she said, "Can we do it like before? Can we have the interview like before the middle of July? Because then I'm going to be having a baby." So I'm like, "Yeah, we can do that." The next available slot I had was July, but of course we did the interview a little bit ago, so it totally worked. So I'm so excited for her. Um, if you have never met her, she is absolutely as amazing as this as everything you've seen about her makes you think. And she is very down to earth. She is she doesn't give off the air of being somebody who is like well known, like famous within our industry or any of that. She's just a good human, incredibly talented, loves crochet, loves street art, just loves what she does, and has so much fun when she can like play with others. At the last Vogue Knitting Live, she had put up actually, I don't think it was one of them. I don't even remember how long ago. She had a big Scrabble board, and she had made a whole bunch that she had crocheted a giant Scrabble board, and then she had crocheted a bunch of letters. And people would go and they were like pinning on the Scrabble letters. I think it was the last one, because then she had like safety pins or something. You could pin on the letters to like play Scrabble, and it was really fun. It was adorable. And that's just like that's okay. So here's a whole interview with London K, and we love her dearly. So this is super fun. I love this dragon. The picture was longer, but I had to stop at some point, or else I would have had to shrink the dragon so small you wouldn't have been able to see him anymore. And here's the ads for this is one of them was Ella Daniels, and then we have Knit the Rainbow. But then Knit the Rainbow is basically in every issue. There is another ad for the Down Syndrome Society somewhere. Taking your crochet on leisure or business trips is one of our articles. Love what you create, yarn choice. So choosing the correct yarn is one of our articles. Here we go. More little ads for you for the Down syndrome. All right, and now we're getting into our patterns. So I think what we're going to do is pop over to where I have more pictures. So I think if I hit escape. Haha, there we go. Escaping. All right. Let's see. So the Drop It Low skirt by Smitha Krasta is this one. All right. And then I believe yeah, there's the contents. So now I'm going to, aha, there it is. Just have to remember where I put everything, right? Make this nice and big. And a moment the escape thing will go away. There we go. So here is the Drop It Low skirt. And this is Tunisian crochet. In the pattern, there are links for tutorials. Smitha always has lovely tutorials on how to do all of these. All right, on how to do the stitches that you need for this one. And so this is the Drop It Low skirt. Like I said, she does send in the patterns as well, the samples as well, so we can do some photos here. So we also have it on other people, so you can see it in a few different ways. All right. This is super fun. And this is a double photo because that bag is part of this edition as well. Okay, so, and this model happens to be a dear friend of mine. She's basically like my niece by choice, Katie Temple. She's the daughter of Mary Beth Temple, and she lives about 10 minutes from me. And that's my public library there. And not only that, but she just got a new job. Well, she had a job. She just got a promotion at her job. She'd been working for the governor in New Jersey, and she is now the senior. I think she's the what is it called, the senior staff. But there's a impression. There's a name that I can't think of right now because I'm trying to speak, and why would I be able to think of things when I'm trying to speak? But she's the senior aide. I think that's what it is. She's the senior aide for Governor Murphy here in New Jersey, which is super exciting. She has worked so hard. She got her bachelor's degree at Columbia, and she's awesome. We're all so proud of her. So here we go. She was also Miss Liberty one year. You know, she's smart and talented and beautiful and just all of that. And a good person. So there we go, a little about the model. And this wonderful fun, I really like this photo. I don't know, there's something, I like the photo. We don't have too much light going on. We're still, learning a little bit about some of the photography tricks here. But it's also, I don't know, there's something fun about it, just hopping into the local library. So there we go. And this is still the Drop It Low skirt. And you can really see on here the little drop stitches in there. And like I said, this is Tunisian crochet. And drop stitches on Tunisian crochet are really fun. If you had the June issue and it was the Sunset Shawl, I believe, it was also by Smitha. It was regular crochet, not Tunisian, and she had drop stitches in there in regular crochet that required like wrapping the yarn around like a 1 inch tall template, like 1 inch cut piece of cardboard or something like that. But when you do it with Tunisian crochet, you don't need to do that because you can wrap it a couple of times. You wrap it a couple of times around the hook on the first pass, and then when you go back on the second pass, you're able to drop them off the hook, and it works really neat. It's a really neat way to do it. I first learned how to do those stitches from Kim Guzman. I did a little crochet along that she did, probably 15 or so years ago, and it was super fun. And then when I was working on the shawl to go along with this edition of Crochet Foundry, I watched Smitha's I went to Smitha's tutorial that's linked in the issue on how to do the Tunisian drop stitches for just a little reminder because you can't remember everything. And it was really, really easy and fun to do. So let's see, we have Darcy said hi. I don't think I had pulled that one up yet. And Gabby likes the skirt. So do I. And yes, those are Tunisian drop stitches. How fun is that? what is it? What is it called? Oh, broomstick crochet. Um, yes, there is broomstick crochet, which is something different that you do with. I mean, you could totally use one of the these guys, probably these giant pearl hooks. But yeah, you wrap them. You have to wrap the stitches around like a broomstick. Is what they used to use. That's why it's called broomstick crochet. And it makes these like, and then you pull them off like five at a time on the next round, and you like crochet into the five of them the five loops. So it makes those little twisty things. It's really cool. It's very very fun. It is a different but similar technique. Yes, with this, when you're doing the Tunisian drop stitch, you do not need an additional tool or broomstick or anything like that. You just use the here. You just use the Tunisian hook. Okay, so I have a really old one. It's just this big long silver hook. When sometimes with Tunisian you can use just a regular straight. I mean, just essentially a hook like this, but in whatever size you need. Okay, so you just can't use. I mean, you could do a couple Tunisian stitches with this, but only as many as fit here. Obviously, that would be a problem because then you lose your gauge once you go up to here. The same with this. You can't do very many Tunisian stitches because as soon as it flares, you lose your gauge. You would need to be able to hold them all on here. Sometimes when you do Tunisian in the round, that's when there's like you need to have a hook on both ends. There's all sorts of different things. With the way that this skirt is made, there's a seam on both sides. So it's made in two panels that you seam together. So just a regular old Tunisian hook like this is going to work. If you're making a smaller size, you may even be able to get away with a regular crochet hook that is just straight all the way across. But when you it probably not, because when you do those drop stitches, you have 3 times as many loops on the hook. So like when I did so like yeah, they can really fill this up pretty quickly. If you're doing one of the larger versions of this skirt, you may still need a Tunisian hook with a cable on the end of it. It might get a little hard to fit all of those loops when you do the drop stitch on a regular Tunisian hook. Um, but figure it out, see what you think. It's a super fun pattern, and it's really only 2 stitches, so it's a great one for anyone to do who's if you already know how to do Tunisian or not. It's super fun. And if I spend this much time on every single pattern, we're never going to finish. So, hey, look, I'm signed in. Okay, there we go. I'm like, oh, wait. Hey, look at this. Does that look familiar? So here we go, and this lovely model is named Kai, and they are actually the child of a friend of mine who I met in our local knit and crochet group, and so we're super excited to do this. They were so cute when they were like when I asked them if they would like to model, and they're like, really? I can model? I don't have to be skinny? I'm like, no, you don't have to be skinny. I'm like, you are perfect. And they were just super excited. So it was very, very cute. So here we have Kai in the domino squares top. And you know what I should do is let me real quick move. We're going to make that small again. And I'm going to take this and toss it over onto a different screen. So, wrong way, this way, so that I can remember people's names. Well, I don't have to remember them, I can see them. So now we'll make this big again. And I am really sorry, I'm not always great with pronunciation. This is Blazinka Simic Burrow, and she has designed for us several times, and I'm always very fond of the designs that she gives us. So this is the Domino Squares crop top. And each one of these little squares, so you have one square here. You know how you do corner to corner, the one that like is really popular, the box stitch corner to corner, where you make like one little square and they go that way. This has that same sort of idea, but you make this whole square here, Okay, and then this one, and then this one, then this one, then this one, then this. So it's still done in that same sort of way, and it is just two long rectangles that have then been joined. So it's a really, really fun little pattern to make with a technique that, is something that is similar to the popular corner to corner box stitch, um, but is also a little bit different and a super fun little skill to learn. And Darcy loves it. She says, "That's awesome." So do I. I see a lot of people on Instagram. Yes, Instagram. Losing my brain, but what else is new? Nobody has actually said anything though, which is fine. I'm trying to keep an eye over there in case anybody has a comment or a question. All right, so here we have a few more photos of the domino squares crop top. You can see how you can layer it, right? So, and here you can see the back. You can see the opening in the back is a little higher than the opening in the front. Ah! And of course, you can adjust that as you go because, like I said, it's made in two pieces. It's two rectangles, and then you join them and you do little borders and everything. So, that's really cool. You could kind of pin it together first and try it on, decide how high you want the front and the back to be joined, and pin it on, put it together with some safety pins and figure out exactly where you want those if you don't want them exactly where they already are. And if you had decided to make this longer as like a tunic, again, because it's two, this is rectangle one, and it's seamed down the side here, right? If you made it longer to be like a tunic, and you're like me and you got a little extra going on back there, so you want it to be split open, you could always just only join it down to your waist and then leave it open. And then when you do the border, you would just have to go around the split as well, or just do the border, end it, and then pick it back up on the back. Just do the border along the bottoms of the front and the back. Or whatever. So yeah, so there's a lot of ways you can kind of adjust this. I love it. I love it just the way it is, though. Make yourself bigger so we can see you. I was bigger earlier, Monique. You should have been here on time. Such a booger. Okay, but I love Monique dearly, so I give Monique a hard time because I consider her a friend. It looks hard, yes. It's one of those things where it's just it's double crochets, and sometimes they're in the side of the stitch or whatever. But um, I wouldn't call it that much harder than a box stitch corner to corner. You just want to kind of take your time and our Blazinka, who is our fabulous designer for this, provided so many. She has charts and she has step-by-step photos. Like it is, her pattern is so easy to follow and so user-friendly, guys, that you can all have such success with it. The texture does look cool. And there's not a video tutorial, I don't believe, but like I said, she has she has a chart for like the individual square, and then she has charts showing the different squares. She even has a chart for each size. Like the pattern ended up taking up a lot of pages because she has a chart for the, like I said, two rectangles. So she has a chart for the rectangle for each individual size, so you can see exactly how many squares and in what order they go. It is such a user-friendly pattern. Y'all are gonna love it. Okay, it's a wonderful way to learn something while creating an absolutely fun and beautiful top. And you can see me. I am, here I am. Here, I'll go real quick. We'll go to this. So I'm wearing this. I am a larger size. Okay, and I'm just wearing it over top of a tank top, and I feel very comfortable in it. The yarn that she used is nice and cool. It is serious heat wave over here. Sure, I have my fan going, but it's still like I could go out in this weather in this, and I mean I'd be hot because the weather sucks. But I wouldn't be hotter than I would in like a t-shirt or something. I might actually be cooler because it's a little lower on the neck, and it breathes more. It's got a bunch of holes in it. It breathes more, but it's like the amount of holes. It's just right so that I even feel like I don't like having lots of holes in my stuff, but I feel comfortable in this with a tank top in it. I don't feel like overexposed or anything for my own personal, you know, self. So anyway, yeah, love it. Love it. Love the tutorial. This is all the same sample on, the different models are going to be a little bit different sizes. And I've forgotten this model's name because this was a model from our past photographer, so I didn't do the photo shoot with her. Lori. I'm almost positive her name is Lori, but I could be totally wrong. Anyway, you can see this is how it looks when it's a little bit more fitted. She probably needed a different size, but still. And then here we go, have it on Kai again, who it might be a little bit loose on Kai. It's probably just about the right size on me, and Kai is definitely smaller than me. But it's still, even when it's a little bit big, it looks nice and comfy, right? And Kai, they just look adorable in it. They were having fun. So, and then here we have some tester photos for this one. All right. So here we have one in gray. And I love this. Like, isn't that fun? Even when it's not like hot weather, you can just wear it to change your look up a little bit over some long sleeve, And then the color differences because of the holes, super fun. Right? Okay, and now we're on to, you might recognize this. This is from the cover. All right, this is our second Smitha pattern in this issue, and this is the meshy dress. Okay, I'm trying to go a little faster. I realize we're halfway through and I'm only on the third pattern. So this meshy dress is awesome. You can use it as a cover up on the beach. You can wear it. We have it here on Katie again, and she's just got a high neck tank top and some leggings on, and is happy as can be in that. I love the detail here where the waistband is, like this, where the tie goes. That's a little bit more open stitches, but then it's got a little more closed stitch on the top and the bottom. And it kind of gives it a nice little break up at the waist. And you can see the top has a little more dense stitch pattern than the bottom does. And the bottom, it does kind of flare out a little bit. Of course, it hangs, so you don't see that so much. And look at these sleeves. I mean, you saw the sleeves really well on the cover. These sleeves are just super fun. Here we go. Look at that. Like, it's so fun, right? And you can see here, she doesn't have you don't have to put the tie through all of the loops. I did, and that when we had Katie in it, but here, when the designer did it, she didn't put through loops. And if it's the designer's photo and she doesn't put it through the loops, then you don't have to either. And she tied it in the back, we tied ours in the front. Whatever makes you happy. So here we go again, showing off those sleeves and what it looks like with it tied in the front. You decide where you want it. You put it on the side. However you want. You can even not use the tie if you don't want to. It'll be just fine without it. Whatever makes you feel good. Okay, so here we go again. And lots of fun photos. We have here in Smitha's photo, she's wearing something that's very similar to her own skin color under it, which is a different look you can go with than the one that we had been going with, where we had, very obviously you can see that she's got something under it. All right. Whatever makes you happy. Let me go back. There have been a bunch of questions that I have now ignored, so let's not ignore them anymore. I answered the tutorial question, which was appreciated. Love the details that all the patterns have. Yes, me too. I very much encourage the details. Yes, I made myself bigger. And the attempt is that all of these patterns will be good for this weather since this is the season. This is either a cotton or a linen. Here, let me pop over to my other screen where I have it. And let's see, what yarn was this one made in? It's tiny. Lion Brand Touch of Linen. Okay, so this one was Lion Brand Touch of Linen. And the meshy dress, which we're looking at right now, that's actually Wander. That's Furl's Wander yarn, so it's acrylic, and it flows really nicely. Again, you don't have to use the same yarn, but this one I think is open enough and flowy enough that it's not And also Wander is not a really heavy, like, it doesn't have that heavy feel that sometimes some of the other acrylic yarns can have. Um, so I think it still works beautifully in Wander, even without it being cotton. This one is linen, touch of linen, which I think is part linen and part cotton. It would also be nice in like bamboo or lightweight silk or something. But yeah, here we go with the rest of those. Oh, and then we have the short, lacy and short skirt. Let me scroll over here, pull up the name. The lacy and short skirt is by Natalie Plushenko, right? Plush, no, Plushko. Sorry, Natalie Plushko. Trying to put in too many syllables. And Bamboo Pop. Universal Bamboo Pop is this one. I really love the bamboo yarns, right? Sarah says, hello from Wisconsin. Sarah. Sarah must be visiting people. Normally, Sarah's in Texas. All right. Monique, yes, it is stunning. Many sizes included in the pattern. The patterns are all supposed to go from what would be, if you go by chest, waist, hip, all the patterns should fit at least the 32 chest to the 62 chest, I think. I'm going to get that information on the site, like the share our measurement chart, like just the bust waist hip that I give to all the designers. And I mean, they get more than the bust waist hip, but for you guys, I'll share the bust waist hip. Because what we are moving to is the first, if some patterns will have 5 sizes because they only need 5 sizes to fill that entire range, something like this where you can, it doesn't have to be as fitted, or even this skirt where it's got a drawstring, it doesn't have to, a larger range of sizes can fit in one size, right? Um, but then there are other things that like you might have to have in order to go from a 32 chest all the way to a 68 chest or whatever. You might have to have 10 sizes. Okay, so what we've done is we're now labeling them. The first one is size 1, the second one is size 2, but then at the beginning, we tell you what what their finished measurements are and how much ease there should be. So if we tell you there should be 2 to 4 inches of ease and it's a top, and you measure yourself and you are 42 around your chest and there should be 2 to 4 inches of ease, you need something that has a finished chest measurement of 44 to 46. So you look and you find the one that has the finished chest measurement that's between 44 and 46, and that's the size you want to make. Okay. So that way, because a size 12 isn't always the same, a size small or medium or extra large isn't always the same. This way, we're just going off the measurements. And then you don't have to be made to feel like you're large or 4 times large or 3 times small. I remember I had a roommate in undergrad who was very self-conscious about how thin she was. It's not only people aren't only self-conscious about how much they weigh on a plus size. There are also plenty of people who are very self-conscious about how little they weigh. I mean, she would do everything she could to try to lose weight, but she was also an athlete, and it just was, it was very difficult. I thought she looked great, but she didn't think she looked great. She felt too skinny. So, and one of the things that makes you feel that way is 2x small, 2XS, well, that was, I did not mean to actually make that a new word, but, the 2 extra small or 4 extra large. So, we try to just go with the measurements, right? The dress is gorgeous. Okay, see, but that's fine that the one that's on the model isn't your size because they're all going to fit. You think, Gabby, you would go without the tie? Yeah, the mesh you dressed, it looks like that. Yes, this is Natalia's. I think I said Natalie because I have it on my tiny screen, but it is Natalia. Thank you. Sarah's in Wisconsin because she's visiting her mom and brother and family, which I think I knew. Oh, look at this. Karen was nice enough to actually pull it out for us. 30, 27, 32 to 72, 67, 78. Thank you, Karen. I'm like brain fry as to what the sizes are. Do I have a video about size and ease? Had a hard time with the sizing of garments. I do not, but it is on the list, and it is at the close to the very top of the list of things that I want to get on the blog and linked to the main Crochet Foundry site, and have like a thing in the heading like sizing, finding your right size, and all that sort of stuff. Um, so there we go. Yes, thank you, Karen. All right. Yeah, so this skirt is adorable. Oh, Universal Yarn Bamboo Pop, so fun. And there's 3 or 4 different kinds. I think there's 4 different lace stitches. This is lace stitch 1, lace stitch 2, lace stitch 3, and then a border. And Natalia, also being totally and completely awesome, has provided a chart that goes for each one. So there's the written pattern, how to do it, and there's also the chart for each of the individual uh, lacy stitch patterns here. So that is phenomenal. I don't remember. Let me see. Oh, yes, then there are pattern videos. She has a link for, oh, okay, she has a link for crocheting a simple crochet cord, which is what she did for the tie, and a link for a video on how to read crochet charts, which is awesome. Charts that are flat, excuse me, hiccups, and charts in the round. um, so there's not a tutorial on the individual lace stitches, but there's tons of help, like with the chart and with the pattern and everything. Again, very user friendly. All right, so let's go look through a couple of these. And this is just super fun and cool. You can see we have someone even tinier tying it tightly. I believe her name was Jocelyn. And then we have Katie again. Katie again. Here we have a sample. Oh my goodness, a tester. Look at the little end, the little thing she tied onto the end of her little tie cords. I think that's adorable. And this is, of course, you could totally make this skirt longer if you needed it to be longer. Super easy. And you can see that the little bottom part kind of ruffles out a bit. So if you just extended that part, you'd have it longer, and it would probably grow, I think, which would be fun. Okay, and here we have another one. I love the changing the colors here. That's fun. Here we have another one. She got really happy with the changing. Oh, I think it's a variegated yarn for the bottom, which is so fun. All right. Oh, and now we're at the Echo Scarf by Edith Smith, who I love dearly. I've known Edith for a long time, and she is a fab human. And this scarf is so fun. It's the Echo Scarf because it's the same thing on both sides, right? And she provided a little bonus pattern with it that is how to just make a little pineapple. So it's kind of like this pineapple, but with a pretty little edging on it. And, you can stick it. She has pictures of it on like a jean pocket. So if you stuck it on your jean pocket here, but you could put them in various places. You can use them on bags. You could use it as a detail on all sorts of fun things. You could probably make a bag out of it, make 2 of them, stick them together, put a little drawstring on it. Poof, it's a bag. It's got a few holes in it, but it's a bag. Line it. It's all good. So here we go. Here's this fun Echo Scarf. And the yarn is Chaos Fiber Company Tonal Deluxe Soft is the yarn here. And let's see. So here we go, a little bit more fun little Echo Scarf. And I love these colors together. Very cool. Okay, you can see the pineapple nicely. Okay, so you see how at the bottom, at the edge of the scarf, this pineapple has this pretty little trim on this edge, right? So the bonus pattern she gave is just making a single pineapple. So you could, use it as a detail on something if you want. Okay, and we've gone to our next one, which is by Pia Sadani, who is also one of our tech editors. Obviously, she did not tech edit this pattern. And now I'm worrying that did I miss a tech editor because I had to, oh no, I'll have to do a make good something. I forgot that this pattern was actually tech edited by Lindsay Stevens, and I forgot to list her as a tech editor because she tech edited this one so long ago, and she is not yet one of our normal tech editors. So I only put the other two down. I totally forgot to add Lindsay's name in there. Okay, so now, yes, this is the Summer Shells. Summer Shells Shawl. Summer Shells Shawl. Summer, oh my goodness. Summer Shells Shawl. Mm. We got a few comments. I think that was on the scarf. Yes, the two-tone is very pretty. This is a shawl, not a cowl. Yes. And tongue twister, yes. Summer Shells Shawl. Summer Shells Shawl. All right, and I used to have a list. I used to not be able to say she sells seashells by the seashore. That was just not even possible. All right, here we go. Isn't this awesome? I love it. Like the whole thing. Woo, pretty. That is one one cake of yarn for this entire thing. It's a Lion Brand Mandela bonus bundle. So this is like, it's giant. Okay, and so it's one cake of yarn to make this huge shawl. What does this measure? Size. Come on. Okay, 64 inches wide across the top, 33 inches long. And it's with the one giant mandala cake, the Lion Brand mandala bonus bundle. So the mandala bonus giant cake yarn is enough to make this huge shawl, which is super fun. You're a big shawl fan. So are you a big fan of shawls, or are you a fan of big shawls? Because that's a big shawl, and I'm not quite sure which one you're saying. um, we do obviously aim for a lot of garments in each edition. Sarah says both. In each edition, but I do like to have a couple of the accessories as well. So, and I love the lace of this one, and it's an easy lace. It's an easy repeat. And this one, Pia did include a chart for this one. So here we have, because it's so big, there are a lot of ways you can wear it. All right. So here we go. Oh, and now we have earrings. Hold on. Sarah said both. And Monique, you love shells, but you've never made one yet. Oh, that's you're like, I'll make clothes, but shells, nah. All right, these are the Queen Jellyfish earrings, and they are by Illa Quinn Trickle. So look at these little earrings. Aren't they fun? I love them. All right, and this is BZ Peach, I'm almost positive, right? Yes, BZ Peach Tencel DK. So it's a very fun little, I love the shine of the yarn there, and they're really cute earrings. And here she made us two different pairs, so we can see it in two different colors. And they're jellyfish, okay? And like, you don't have to weave in ends, because look, they just hang there because they're part of the fun of the jellyfish. Look at this. It's so fun. And then here we have some of the testers for it. This tester had a lot of fun with their photos, right? And here we have another one. And she tells you how to like make you can see this one, the curlicues are tighter, and this one they hang a little longer. And she gives you advice, let me see, on how to make the tendrils do what you want. Yeah, she, in the finishing of this one, she kind of tells you a little bit about how to get the tendrils to be the way you want. And yeah, cut your ends really long, and then you can decide once it's all shaped how you want it, if you want them to be even longer. If you want them to be shorter or not. You can't make them longer, but you can make them shorter. And here's another tester. Look at these. Aren't they fun? I love this. I love the like pop of the the little crown. That's why it's the queen jellyfish, right? But it's the part that goes whoosh. But still, it's fun. Okay, now we're onto a bag. Let's check these. Sarah loves the earrings, and Gabby loves shells as well. Okay, and still, I don't think I see. No, there are no comments. Oh, wait. Yes, I missed one roll bejeweled saying the texture is so eye catching. And since I missed it, I'm not sure which pattern she was talking about, but there's been a lot of awesome textures. I happen to be a fan of texture, so we may be seeing that here in some of the designs. All right, now we have the column bag by Nana, last name, Jefferson. Um, so, here is it's, a nice, easy bag with a fun little detail. I love, like, the bottom flares out a little bit. And it's a great little beach bag. You may recognize this photo. All right, so it's a really great little bag to take to the beach or just, go to the market. We have a couple different testers. It fits your yarn. I mean, when you need to put something in a bag, what do we put in bags? When I need to stuff a bag for a photo, it's definitely yarn. This person, though, went with the pears and the flowers, which I love this photo. This is, again, another tester photo. Another tester photo. And this yarn the colors in this yarn is fun. Another tester photo. And that must be it, because I'm not going anywhere now when I click the button. So we can go back to this one. Woohoo, me! All right. So there we have all that. And now we get to deal with what I don't want to deal with, which is the technical difficulties that are making me want to crawl in a corner. Um, we It is not necessarily an issue with the membership app. I put the membership app on Crochet Foundry, and those of you who already had a subscription that included July got into the membership. You're in the membership until your subscription expires. I'm giving you the membership until it expires. I'm not going to charge you an extra $2 a month for the membership. It's like, hey, this way some people can see what it's all about, right? And so they were able to get their July issue because they were in the membership, and it's attached that way so that only people who are in the membership can get the July issue. So you can pay your membership monthly or annually, either way, and then you can have a membership and you can get the current issue. And then when August comes around, July will go into the past issues, and anybody can buy it for $12.99. And of course, the other way you can get the July issue right now is to buy the summer bundle, which is June, July, and August. You can buy that now, and when August happens, you'll get the August issue as well. Okay, so you can buy the seasonal bundles as soon as the first month of the season comes along, and you'll get the next 2 months when they come. Or you can buy them long after they've passed. I am going to, because we didn't have spring, we didn't have a spring bundle because we only put out one issue in spring. We put out March. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to add the March issue to the winter bundle. I'm not going to change the price or anything. I'm just going to add the March issue to the winter bundle. And those of you who have the winter bundle will probably sometime this week get a little update saying that, your downloads have been updated or something, because I'm just going to add it in there so that there's a way to get the March issue into a bundle. I just felt like that would be I don't know, it felt like the right thing to do. So to get the July issue, you can buy the bundle, the summer bundle, which will have June and July in it currently. And when August comes out, August will be added into it. If you are a member because you already had a subscription, then you can get it. When you go to the website and you look at the July issue, you'll see add to cart, and you'll be able to add it to your cart, and then you'll just check out. And when you check out, it'll be $0. So you'll still have to put in your name and all that information you have to put in when you check out, but it won't ask you for any money. Okay, it won't ask you for a form of payment even because it's your total is $0 unless you put something else in your cart. Um, Everybody else, normally you would be able to buy a membership, and you could either do the membership per month or by year. So it would be a monthly renew or a yearly renew. And the app that I have for the membership only works with Stripe, and right now we're having an issue with getting Stripe working on the Crochet Foundry site. It's still got Shopify payments, so like the way that you've always been paying, that's all fine. But because the membership only works through Stripe, we're trying to get Stripe working, and with Shopify, you can either do payments through Shopify or do payments through Stripe. It won't. It'll still work for everybody else once it switches over to Stripe. Like you guys won't have to worry about anything. But apparently, if you want to switch your Shopify store from Shopify payments to Stripe payments, Shopify has to do it for you. That's what I would like. That's what customer service has been telling me. And so they like moved it over to the people who are supposed to take care of that like days ago. And I'm still on the list of we'll fix you when we can. Um, and they've said that it's normally done within 24 to 48 hours, but 24 to 48 hours is gone now. And every single morning I email Shopify help, and they tell me they can't do anything but tell me to wait. So, yeah, we're waiting. It's like I would just say, forget it, no membership. But the problem is, it's not the membership app that's messing with me. It's Shopify. And there are too many things that I need from Shopify, and this is only this one little group of people who can do the switch from Shopify payments to Stripe payments are the people who are being a pain in the butt. Um, I mean, and they might not even be aware that they're being a pain in the butt because apparently nobody talks to each other. So, I tried explaining to them that this is an issue of you guys can't purchase the current issue, the current edition of the magazine because of this. And they're like, well, we understand that this is frustrating and causing you problems with your business. And we're still going to tell you that you just have to wait. So I am super, super sorry about that. What I'm hoping, well, I'm hoping it gets fixed. And I will make sure to send out a newsletter when it is fixed. I will be shouting it from the rafters. That was like from the rafters and from the rooftops, all mixed into one, and letting you know. I just really hope that you guys can show me some grace and forgive me for this snafu, so that when it is working, you all can, everybody who was going to get a membership can go ahead and get the membership. Thank you, Sunita. The like I said, you can go ahead and you can grab the summer. If you really want the July issue right now, grab the summer bundle, because I am terribly sorry. I can't tell you. Oh, yeah, it's fine that you're late, Sunita. I can't tell you when it's going to be working because Shopify can't tell me when it's going to be working. So if you want the July issue, go ahead and buy the summer bundle. That is a discounted. I think it's a summer bundle. You get like a 10% discount as opposed to buying them individually as past issues. When you So that's still cheaper than doing monthly. If you were going to do a monthly membership, the bundle is actually cheaper. A monthly membership, but bundles don't get you into the membership though. A monthly membership is $14.99, and an annual membership is $149.99, and they get you the issue one, the month that you do it, the month you're a member, you get the issue, or if you're an annual member, you get 12 issues. And they also get you access into the membership. The summer bundle does not get you access into the membership. but it gets you the July issue right now since the membership app isn't working because the payment gateway isn't working. So those are your options, and I just hope that y'all can show me some grace. And once this is working, it should be freaking fabulous and awesome, and I'm so excited about it. Um, I thought I had checked everything. I thought I had asked every possible question. I thought it was going to work, and it didn't. So, and hopefully now, when I think I have found the issue, the problem, once it's solved, everything will work. We'll see, right? Technology is wonderful and makes you pull your hair out all at the same time. So since today is the Wednesday after the release, it also means that today's live Zoom is from 1 to 3 Eastern, which is in 4 minutes from now. Um, so if you're coming to the live Zoom sit and stitch, it starts in 4 minutes. And I hope that a lot of you come to that. You can get the link either from the most recent newsletter, or you can go over to the Crochet Foundry Makes Facebook group, and it is one of the pinned posts. Like if you click on like announcements or something like that, I think it's called it. If you click on announcements and you scroll through them, one of those announcements, which is the pinned post, has the link to the links for upcoming sit and stitches. So this will be on there. Please come and join us. We're going to have a great time. And hopefully, by the time I see y'all again next week, um, everything will be running super smoothly, and you'll all be like, "This is awesome!" All right. So, thank you so much, and hopefully, I'll see. I'll see these things happen. Is that S there on purpose, Gabby? Because I don't know if it is or not, but it made me giggle. Um, so yeah, hopefully I'll see a bunch of you in like 3 minutes when we have the live, and I'll see everybody else in a week, and we'll see what we have to talk about then. All right, bye bye.